Happy Saturday, everyone. You're probably wondering why I'm already in the water and why you're seeing my uncle's boat behind me. Well, believe it or not, it's actually very cold out right now. I mean, cold in the air. The water feels like literal bath water. To be honest, I almost just want to do the whole video in here. But the longer I stay out here in this position, I'm going to be freezing cold. One moment, please. Oh, it feels so warm being in this water. And then the wind is gonna pick up, and then it's gonna be really, really cold. Actually, I shouldn't be like this. I'll probably get sick if I stay in here too long. Let me just get out of the water real quick. Climb up the ladder. Seriously, we're getting to that time during the summer where, fall is, it's almost here. Pretty soon it'll be to the point where it's so cold, I won't be able to jump in the water like I'm doing right now anymore. Or worse, I'll have to start wearing sweatpants. Actually, here's the thing, I love wearing sweatpants, I really do, but it'll mean that summer's almost over. I don't want that. I want to be outside and have fun, And I can't very well do that if, I'm wearing sweatpants and want to be inside. I mean, there are some consolation prizes though from that. We get football. Football is going to be back in a few weeks. Man, watching football up here is always awesome. It always is. I love doing that. I really want to make sure I'm dry because again, it's pretty cold out right now. Not really, actually, this will sort of help dry this off a little bit. So let's get to my, actually, you already figured out my low. It's that it's starting to get cold out right now. And the fact I completely messed up my hair. But, my high is, I'm surrounded by all of nature's splendor. That's awesome. And, you have to be up here. Just being up here is always a high for me. And my act of kindness, I did water the flowers, but no kidding. Remember how windy I mentioned it was yesterday? It was actually so windy. Hold on. That fell in the water. I just noticed it this morning and I got it out of the water. So, yeah, that's my act of kindness. Unfortunately, actually I have a better idea. Let me, hopefully it'll dry up a lot better in the sun. There we go. It's in the sunlight right now. That'll work. So there you go. That was my act of kindness. I dragged that out of the water. I'm I don't want to do it though. Seriously, I feel lazy right now. It's the fall. Fall is upon us. The instant that pumpkin spice becomes readily available, if it isn't already, it's gonna be like Barney in the Deep Space Homer episode, or it begins. That's I love that Simpsons quote. I really do. That's literally every white girl for having their first pumpkin spice anything. I'm channeling my inner white girl. What do you want from me? But seriously, it really is getting cold. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit soaked still and there's clearly water on the dock, but because of how cool it is outside this morning and the fact that this entire dock is in the shade, it feels like I'm walking on ice. It's really freaky. Well, actually, not freaky. It's kind of cool. No pun intended. But it's really nice. It is nice being up here. So yeah, it was a rather eventful morning. Just dragging this out of the water. I'm hold on, there's two of those chairs here. Where's the other one? Like, oh, it fell in the water. No wonder why there was only one on the dock. So, there you go. Seriously, I guess it really was that windy. I mean, here's the thing. Not that I'm incredibly suspicious or anything, because I know there are some people out there who totally would just sneak up here or sneak up anywhere, mess with other people's stuff. But I would think they'd have a little more common courtesy to just simply, like, if they accidentally have it fall in the water, like, they would do something about that, They would try and get it out. They would totally do that. But man, like, I got up here like yesterday evening. I was actually around on my way up here, because I take the highway. I take Route 17 on the highway before I get to Savona, and traffic was backed up like over a mile, just simply because like they're fixing one of the lanes, so it's like single lane for like the longest time ever. So that added like 10 minutes to my drive up here. Not fun. But I get up here, and man, it is whitecaps as far as the eye could see. Like, the total opposite of what you see right now, okay? That's how crazy it was. Yet, funny enough, because I instantly watered the flowers up when I first got up here. Yes, I did. I've watered the flowers twice since I've been here. When I got here last night and, this morning. I had to do it last night because no one's up here all week. Like, the flowers had to get watered, and because of how hot it was, especially earlier last week, especially on Sunday, a lot of the flowers looked like they were dying. So, hopefully I saved them. I don't know. Fingers crossed. And I messed up my hair. I hate it when I mess up my hair. So, I get that done, and, I set myself up out here to, just jump in for a quick dip. And the water actually calmed down. Like, it was still windy and rough, but not so much. Like, I took a photo and put it on my social media as to, my point of view from this dock. And you never would have known there was any whitecaps at all. I mean, you could tell it was windy, especially when, like, sometimes when it's windy up here, because, like, it's like sort of, it's shifting sort of like, I guess, the tide of the water, and like debris that you would see, like rocks and stuff and like dirt and stones, are getting like swished around in the water. And sometimes like it makes the water murky, or sometimes it makes the water like really, really foamy kind of. There's like a little bit of like foam like on top of like the surface of the water where my dock is. It's not like obnoxiously so, but like you can tell, okay, there's some wind up here. And I wanted to stay out here for a little while and just relax. But after I got out of the water, it was just so windy. It was so incredibly windy that, like, okay, I gotta get inside. Forget it. It's too cold. It's too cold for that. Which is a real shame too, because I've been working on a suntan playlist. Or a laying on the dock playlist. Got a few things on there. I got As If It's Your Last by Blackpink. What can I say? Thank you, Amphibia, for introducing me to probably my favorite K-pop song. That should be the title of the video. Thank you, Matt Brawley and Amphibia, for introducing me to K-pop. Oh, I know what K-pop is. I just didn't really listen to it till now. So, As If It's Your Last by Blackpink. Awesome song. Like, why did I not know about this sooner? Actually, come to think of it, thanks to the Amphibia, it's like that and Lean on Me by Burl Ives. And I totally got that wrong, didn't I? I forget it. Like, sometimes like that's that guy. I totally just got that. I just called him an actor. Holy cow. I really must be tired. And my towel is falling down for me. I mean, I'm clearly still wearing my swim trunks, but I'd rather rather keep it on. Because I like it. It feels like I'm wearing a dress. And it's actually getting my suit drier than it was before. And in terms of what the plan is for this weekend, I mean, it's not going to be as eventful as last weekend. I know that for a fact. I mean, I've heard that, my brother, his wife, and my nephews are going to be visiting for the weekend. That would be swell. I'd love for that to happen. Be sort of like a nice sort of, family get together. Be up here for, the weekend. I'd love to do that. I mean, for sure we're going to be going to church and dinner. I just don't. Here's the thing. Like, if it came down to it, I really would rather go to church as early as possible. But after going back to the Antique Inn last weekend, I'm like, man, I want to go back there again. But that would mean driving all the way from Bath all the way to Penn Yan. Now there's mass and there's church in Penn Yan at 5:30, but that's later. Not to mention, I mean, it shouldn't really be that much of a problem today as it was last week, but the church that's in Penn Yan, there is no air conditioning. None. Like, they've got fans going up everywhere. Like, the doors are wide open. Propping the door open when it's hot. Like, we were literally sitting, I never mentioned this last week, but when we went there, like, we noticed that there was some literal fans, like, blowing right next to some pews, so we just sort of sat over there. And it was crazy. And then I mentioned the part where it rained, and then, like, somehow the wind was blowing so hard that rain was getting through the window, because it's sort of like if you've ever been inside a church and the windows are open, they don't open like you go up and down. They sort of like, and my towel just fell off. Relax, guys. I'm wearing swim trunks. Jeepers. It's not that kind of video. Holy cow. Seriously, a video like that would never get on YouTube. Allegedly. Yeah, something slipped through the cracks, I think. Oh, great, now I just lost my towel. Oh. Hold still. Okay, there we go. That'll... Just stay around me. Stay around me like this. There we go. Okay. Where was I? Like, if you've ever been inside of a church, there's obviously, the stained glass windows, very beautiful. Like, I mean, come on, it's stained glass. Who doesn't like the look of stained glass windows? But the very bottom of those windows, that's where the window opens, and it doesn't go up and down, but it's sort of like say the window is like this, they slant it open like this instead of going like up and down like a traditional window would be. And because of that, like, the wind was angling like raindrops getting on like the back of us. It was crazy. So yeah, that legit happened. So now you know how windows work in a church. Let's see. Actually, how's that chair doing? Let me look at the chair. Well, I mean, it's sort of starting to get dry. Still got some dripping here and there. The cloth part of that chair, like this cloth part that you see, the part that you lay on, like, that's going to be damp for quite some time, even with it being in the sun. So that's going to be a thing. And, I mean, it should definitely get warmer. I mean, it's not going to be like the grueling, agonizing heat that it was like a week ago. But it should still feel warm enough where, if you're looking to relax on a hot summer day, today should work. It's just going to be a little while before it gets, hot as all. Which, is fine. I mean, again, last weekend, seriously, I never really realized this until I got back up here, but last Sunday was actually so incredibly hot. Like, the other day, my father and I got like a big thing of water bottles, and we all collectively drank so much water, trying to stay cool, beat the heat, because it was like really humid, oppressive. Like, it was that hot. We only have like 3 water bottles left. I mean, we have like one of those giant water coolers where you could, simply refill the water bottles, but it just goes to show you, like, last week was probably the hottest weekend in my memory in a long time. I mean, in that moment, I would say it was hotter than what all of 2016 was. And keep in mind that all of 2016, it's not necessarily that it was just hot, but there was like at least a month and a half period of time where we didn't get any rain. We've been getting rain this year, but the fact that I'm telling you that there was a day that was hotter than probably most, if not all of 2016, that says a lot. And the fact that now we're in that time during the summer when, fall is nearing. I mean, some schools in some states have already started school. Like, I have some friends who live down in like Tennessee and Florida and Pennsylvania, and their kids already started school, which is nice. I mean, this is actually why I'm glad I live in upstate New York, because I don't think I could handle starting school in August. I mean, I had to start school in August when I was in college, but, at that point, I was in college. I had spent a few days there and getting used to my surroundings, so by the time college started, I'm like, okay, that's cool. So, in case any of you guys are wondering, well, if he hated August, he probably hated college. Actually, not so much. Then again, I guess going to Trinity Pawling kind of helped prepare me for being away from home for as long as I was for like months on end. So, yeah. That being said, like, if I did it all over again, I would probably go to Trinity Pawling and then college. And that being away from home, that's long enough. That's why that's one of the reasons why I don't think I would ever have lasted, like, in the military. Oh, gosh. Me in the military? Can you imagine? I probably wouldn't be as much of the free spirit as you see before you. Seriously, if I wasn't free spirit, these videos would not be happening, probably. Oh, that is super bright. And now my legs are kind of cold. Because, again, it's very cool out today. So I hope y'all liked this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It would do my channel greatly. Follow me on social media. As always, I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy today. And we'll have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. Always have your back. Take care. Make good choices. I don't think I actually did the happy Saturday, everyone. Well, happy Saturday, everyone. 607 all day, baby.